Hey everyone, I hope you all are well. So the first thing I'm doing today is taking the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I'm just adding a few swipes of this to the eye area, and then I'm using a brush from Wet n Wild just to blend that product into the skin. And this is going to ensure that our shadows last all day long, that they apply and blend nice and smoothly and easily. And now that I'm moving on to something I'm really excited about, it's the Colourpop X Animal Crossing collection. And Colourpop's launches genuinely excite me, unlike any other brand. They're just really innovative. So today I'm using the Hoot eyeshadow palette, and the first shade then I'm taking is called Celestial, which is a warm toned medium peach shade, and this is the perfect transition shade. So I'm applying this now to the eye area with the use of a fluffy blending brush, and as you can see now, I'm just using little back and forward sweeping motions to buff this colour into the crease. When I dipped my brush into the pan of this eyeshadow palette, there was quite a bit of kickback. It was quite powdery in the pan, but that didn't translate onto the eyes. So with a shadow like that, I usually would have a decent amount of fallout down onto my cheeks, even if I tapped away the excess, but with this shadow, I didn't. So the fact that it's a little powdery then doesn't bother me. The colour payoff is great, it's a buildable shadow, and it blends really well. So now I'm taking a smaller flat brush, and I'm using this to sweep some of the eyeshadow down along the lower lash line. And I even think the shadow on its own looks really nice. Just add a lick of mascara and you're good to go. It's a shadow that really makes blue eyes pop in particular, so I'm a big fan. Next then I'm taking Who, which is Blather's favourite word, and this eyeshadow is a deep brown. It's got a matte finish to it, and the shadow isn't crumbly. It picks up really well on the brush and applies and blends very easily on the eye. I'm starting out with a little on my blending brush. I'm tapping it down on the outer third of the lid, more so just at the lash line, and then I'm working my way up very gradually into the crease using circular motions, and I'm just keeping this shadow to the outer corner of my eye. So I'm flicking and pulling it outwards at an angle towards the tail of my brow on that outer corner, just to give my eyes a nice bit of a lift. And then I've just gone in with a couple of layers of this shadow. I'm just building it up very, very gradually. Then I'm switching back to the brush that I used to apply the Celestial shade, and I'm just buffing the brush over the edge of the brown, using the excess product on my brush to blend and fade those two shadows nicely into one another. And then I'm grabbing a little bullet shaped brush and just some more of that brown eyeshadow, and I'm sweeping this down along the lower lash line, making my way from outer to inner corner. The next shade I'm taking is All of Flutter, and this is a warm shimmery copper shade. The colour payoff of this shadow is amazing. It's definitely best applied either with the use of your finger or a damp brush, just to really make the shimmery particles pop. So I'm adding a couple of light layers of this eyeshadow to more or less the centre part of my eyelid, so just right next to that brown eyeshadow, and I'm using a flat C-shaped brush to pack on the eyeshadow onto the lid. Next then, I'm taking the shade Meteor Shower, and this is a gorgeous golden glitter. There's different sized chunks of glitter in the pan, and it can be a little hard to apply and blend just because of that. And I just find you have to be a little bit careful as well, because of the different sizes of glitter. You don't want to get any of those particles in your eye, because that would just be an absolute nightmare. But yeah, it's a bit of work to kind of get it to look nice, but I was really happy with the finish of the shadow. As well, I find using this one wet too does help its application, because then the particles are kind of sticking together and they're going to stick to the eye a little bit better. But yeah. So then I decided to reapply that brown just on the outer corner again, just to slightly deepen up the look once more. And then I'm moving on to a black shadow. So I'm just using a single black shadow. It's from Makeup Geek and it's called Corrupt. And I'm using a small flat C-shaped brush just to buff a small amount of this into the lash line on the outer third of the eye. And then I'm winging it out towards the crease. And it's just going to give me a little bit of an extra definition to the eye. I'm swapping then to a small angled brush, and I'm using some more of that black eyeshadow now, just pressing it down along the lower lash line. To line my waterline, I'm going in with my favourite eyeliner pencil. It's from NARS. It's a gorgeous brown and it lasts all day long on the waterline. So I'm moving back now to that angled brush and the black eyeshadow once again, and I'm just pressing it along the upper lash line, and this will help to conceal the band of the lashes that I'll be applying in a moment. So my lashes of choice are these wispy ones by Kiss. They aren't too big or too fluttery. I wanted to add a lash, but not one that would compete with the eyeshadow. I didn't want it to cover up all the lovely eyeshadow that I just applied. So these ones are perfect. And then I'm using the new Lancome Lashy Doll mascara, and that's just going to blend my own lashes in with the false ones. But then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you found it helpful and easy to follow. If you did, let me know. If you're a fan of Animal Crossing, let me know. If you have the game on the Switch, I'm obsessed. I have been since Ireland went into lockdown last March. It was just my saviour. But yeah, so thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.